Hey guys, Zuck here. Today we're going to take a look at the Hot Wheels Battle Force 5 Zemric with Zelix toy. Ooh. Anyway, so the Zelix is one of the main antagonist vehicles that was shown in Battle Force 5. It's driven by Zemric, who is the leader of the Sark. The Sark were a lot different to the Vandals. They only really had three main vehicles. They had the Zelix, obviously, which is here. They had the Zendril, which was driven by Zug. And then they had the Zetnas, which were driven by Zerk or Sark or whatever you want to call them. The Zelix is definitely a really cool vehicle. It's really nice. It's got a really cool black design with some nice light blue. The wheels are translucent on this piece, but in the show they are a solid light blue colour. As you can see, they got the details here at the back with the back spines, which all curl in together. Really cool. These holes here are for the battle mode, which I will show off later. And then at the front here you have the spoiler, well, not the spoiler, the bumper, and it also has this bullet here, which is meant to represent the I guess you call it energy core, I guess, in the show, where his whip would come out of, or missiles, or whatever he would shoot. But it's on the toy here. It's a firing gimmick, so there's a button right here that sticks out. You can press this and there you go. The missile here, it's got a certain design to it, so it can only go in one way. As you can see there's the tab here, and then you have to look at the missile. So if you put that in correct, it should slide back in. You push till you hear a click, and then do it to your heart's content. So the main gimmick of the toy, really, besides from that, is the battle mode which the vehicle has. But first we need to look at the figure which is included in the set of Zemric. Put that back there for now. Here we have Zemric, which is definitely one of the more detailed figures out of the toy line. As you can see, he's quite accurate to his TV show counterpart. Obviously he's lacking a lot of detail, but these weren't, the most expensive toys, but he does look accurate enough to be able to stand on his own. The body is definitely quite accurate, the centre for sure. His eyes are just stickers, they're not painted on, which is a bit of a shame, but they were working with a tight budget. The articulation is pretty much the same as the regular figures. You have a swivel at the head, up and down with the arms, same with the other arm, and then up and down with the legs here. The only reason I imagine the figures weren't that articulated is because they didn't need to be, as long as they could just sit down like that and fit in the car. I think that's all they really cared about. But he's got a little seat there, and he's got a little hook right there which tabs in. So you just stick Zemric in, and then you push until that hook is around his body right there, and then he's in there, and you can shut that, and there you go. So definitely already it's probably one of the better cars from the toy line. Really accurate, really cool design, and the colours will help really stick out on the shelf. But we're not done yet with it. We still have the battle mode to do, which I will assemble right now on camera. And here we have the Zelix in its battle mode with its dark cyber energy blades. Just keep it up like this, you can get a decent shot of it. As you can see, it's really, really accurate to the show. These pieces are quite fragile, I would say. The blades themselves will be fine, but the joints, especially the ones here, are quite easy to break from what I've seen. So what I recommend is don't push them in all the way, which I haven't done here, because you will really struggle to pull them out, or unless that's just my copy. But over the years, it's got a lot harder to get them out, and I'm quite scared of them breaking. So I say don't pull them in all the way, so it's easy for you to pull them out like that, but they also stay in place and they won't, you know, come out during whatever you do with it, storing it on the shelf. But overall, the blades do look really, really nice on it. They suit the colour well. I think my only complaint with the blades is I just wish they weren't translucent. They were a solid colour, similar to the wheels, but it makes sense as you'd want them to be the same colour as the wheels. But overall, the Zelix is definitely my favourite vehicle from the line. It's really accurate, it looks really intimidating, and overall it's a great, great, great piece to add to your collection. If you can find one of these guys, I highly suggest picking them up. These guys definitely seem to be a lot rarer than most of the BF5 line, the action figures, but if you can find one, definitely get your hands on it because they are really worth it. But yeah, that concludes my review of the Zelix with Zemric figure, and this is Zug heading on out. See ya.